Uh, yeah, the whole computer crashed. The entire computer just became unresponsive, and then when I rebooted, it needed to update. The Not the kind of thing you like to see when you're in the middle of something. Punishing Grey Raven actually works quite a bit better. I just tried that for a little bit. The problem is this is not. It's not letting me. It's not letting me choose this as a yeah, game source, which sucks. Oh, hold on. I need to private this for a second. I have to sign into my account. Yes, how many times do you need to update? Jeez. It might be because I have it in the wrong source. Uh, that's what I hate about these games is it doesn't install the whole thing at once. The file you get to install these is like a really small amount of it, and the rest you still have to download. So I don't understand why they do things like that on this platform. I'd rather just get the entire thing at once instead of get stuck with more load screens. They added PayPal to this yesterday, by the way, so I was pleasantly surprised by that. There must be a bunch of people from other countries playing this too. I tried it out. It's a lot easier to use than the other way I was using the cash shop. Okay, so this keeps going slower. You have to keep restarting it. Let's just keep it on DirectX for now and see how it runs. I need to get into gameplay first, which takes a really long time. It needs to download so much stuff. Yes, just finish it. Come on. Alright, gotta restart it again. I got like 500 megs in and then it slows down again. Oh wait, hold on. Alright, we're good. I think. I'm glad the people making this game at least realize that, like, you've made a character action game. You have full native controller support. You might as well just give us a PC port at this point. I really appreciate that. I don't even really like mobile games. It's just that for service games, for the kinds of gameplay I like, action, melee combat and stuff, they have a lot of them on here. But you can bet I would not really play them on the phone at all if they just had a PC port. At the very least, I would really only play it over at my other job, and when I'm at home, I would just play it on here. Yes, I did. You need to search. I played that game as much as I could, but the shit frame rate was making me sick, so I had to stop playing it. Alright, I need to turn this off for a second. Don't tell me this is the wrong version. Uh, God damn it, man. I have to do this again. They have, like, multiple versions of this game. Fucking A. This is so irritating to set up. It's not letting me sign in with my credentials. I have to put in, like, my phone number and stuff. It wasn't taking it. Yeah, this is the wrong version. I have to install this again, pretty much. This is pissing me off. Why do they have, like, 30 different versions of this game? God, it's such a pain to play this stuff. Can you just put it on PC, please? This is so irritating. I don't have an account with that version, and it won't take it. I have to find it on here. This is so obnoxious. Like, why don't you just make one version of the game? Why do they need to be like 30? This is such a pain in the ass. I have to wait for it to download at like freaking dial-up speeds again. I wasn't paying attention. I got the wrong version. I played I played Gundam Breaker 3 as long as I could, but the frame rate was fucking horrendous. It was making me feel really nauseous. So I had to stop playing it. Because they had the bright idea of making a fast-paced, like, character action game with really cool loot and stuff, but then it runs like shit. It runs at like 20 FPS, and they have like really fast movement in that game. I started feeling like I had to throw up playing it, so I canned it. I hope that rumor about Gundam Breaker 4 is true. I would like to play that exact same game with nothing changed. Give me that exact same game with a playable frame rate. I would be very happy. Mechanically, that game was really cool. I liked how you could play it like however you wanted. If you wanted to be boring and just stand back and shoot, you could. If you wanted to be like a brawler, you could do that too. And then they had, you could be like a hybrid too. You could play like however you wanted. I thought the customization in that game was awesome. But it's one of those games like Age of Calamity where the shit console performance really ruins it. It's unfortunate. I really don't know why that game ran as bad as it did. It felt like there was no reason for it to. I don't begin to understand why they do stuff like that. If you can't make a game like that run at 60 FPS, do not make it at all. It should be like the bare minimum. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get, actually, I don't remember if I ever actually had this working with a game source. I don't know if I did. I can't remember. It's been so long. Last time I used this emulator is when I was still playing KOF All-Star on the computer. I haven't touched it since. It's gonna take like 10 minutes to download, so got some time. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't take it. What happens when I get into a game? Will it take it then? Nope. Alright, we're gonna go back to DirectX. I think that's what I prefer. This stuff's a real pain to set up. Once you have it set up, it's generally just plug and play. It's just getting to that point is really aggravating. Long load times and just like sometimes your other programs don't cooperate with it. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to do a Windows source for this, which sucks. I would prefer it to be game source, but it doesn't want to do that for some reason. Okay, I'm just gonna have to center this. I'm not gonna be able to make it look that great. Let's see. I think that's about even. Like Gundam Breaker 3 is a great game that runs like garbage. But that in itself is not bad. There's plenty of great 30 FPS games. It's just that Gundam Breaker 3 is a really fast-moving game, so it really, really ruins it. It's like when you play a racing game at 30 FPS. Racing games at 30 FPS feel really bad too. let's try to get this running. You need to stop calling it being a frame rate snob. That's very closed-minded. You need to stop settling for less because you play on console. That's what it is. You can't have games like that running poorly. Stop calling it being a frame rate snob. That's actually really annoying me. There's no reason to settle for less. 60 FPS should be the bare minimum. Console's barely getting that right now. Even it annoys me when people call it being a snob for actually expecting a standard. 'Yeah, we're not snobs because we want games to run at an acceptable frame rate for the kinds of games they are. That's not being a snob, that's expecting developers to deliver something that's playable. It's one thing if you want like 144 FPS on everything. I mean, that's definitely pushing it. Yes, but like 60 FPS should have been the minimum like ages ago. It's like, why do you think Call of Duty is 60 FPS all the time? Because it has to be. Because it's a first-person shooter, and if Call of Duty was not 60 FPS, it would feel awful to play. It's not just the kinds of games I play either. It's a lot of more popular genres too. Racing games, first-person shooters, those are games that need it the most. Shmups too, of course. Shmups at 30 FPS feel really awful to play. It depends on the game. You know, Grand Theft Auto's fine at 30 FPS. Those games are really clunky to control anyway. But something like this, running at 30 FPS, it feels awful. Then you have the problem of dropped inputs and stuff, which in a game like this can be really killer. Yeah. Rockstar games control like shit, so 30 FPS there is not as bad. Should still be the standard, but at least with those kinds of games, it's not as bad. You know, Call of Duty greatly nerfs the graphics to maintain 60 FPS, but for the people that like those games, it's obviously a really big benefit. Because in multiplayer, you don't have time to look at the textures of stuff anyway. You're trying to not get shot in the head. Campaigns in those games looks a lot better than multiplayer. They make graphical sacrifices to make sure that the frame rate is consistent. You're not getting stuff like dropped inputs. I think people don't even realize that, like, even turn-based RPGs can really suffer from 30 FPS. You think about it, it could actually be worse that a turn-based RPG runs at 30 FPS. Because if it's the kind of low frame rate that eats inputs, that can screw up your entire battle. Yeah, I think they had the interns make New Gundam Breaker, which obviously backfired. You can find photos of that game in the bargain bin in Japan for like the equivalent of like $5 a couple months after it came out. That should tell you something. They fucked up. They fucked up big time. Okay, this one should work. I hope Gundam Breaker 4 is just 3, but with a better frame rate. I thought that game was actually really coolly designed. Yeah, it got bargain binned really fast. Because people were expecting like something on quality with something on par with the third game, which is a really good game. If you can look past how poorly it runs. Nope, they got the interns, they outsourced it, so... Alright, is this like just not gonna work? Man, I'm getting annoyed with this. I just want to test this out, but I can't get into gameplay. And then, like, whenever you update this, you have to click on it like 300 times. It's really annoying. Come on! Load! It's like the OK button doesn't work. Thank you. Has to ask to download like 30 times. It's like, just download everything. Are you serious? There's no disk space. Are you fucking kidding me? Uh, why does everything have to be so painful for me lately? Shit. I'm getting really annoyed. How does this thing have no space? I don't want to reinstall it either. That's gonna be a fucking pain. Hold on. I'm getting really, really pissed off. I just want to play the damn game. I installed it on the wrong drive. I should have installed it on my M2, but I didn't. I don't know if I can change it. I don't feel like reinstalling it right now. It's taking so long to just test this out. It needs so much space and it needs to download like 500 things. God. My hard drive's not fucked up. It's taking forever to move stuff. I'm sorry about all this wait, folks. My computer is conspiring against me. Yes, delete the fucking items. Stop asking. I gotta get rid of BlueStacks, I think. Sometimes I envy the console players. You guys don't have to deal with this stuff. Everything's screwed up now. I'm getting really anxious. I don't know why I installed this on the hard drive I did. That's what's causing this. Let's just get rid of BlueStacks. I need to get as much stuff off the C drive as possible. Otherwise, it's not going to boot. It takes so damn long to uninstall anything. Alright, let's get rid of BlueStacks 5 too. That thing caused me nothing but pain. BlueStacks has always been like that though. It's like the cleanest emulator by far. But it doesn't run very well. Alright, I've got 30 gigs free on here now. It should be good enough. Oh, 64 gigs. Okay. I think we're good now. Yes, just update this stupid thing. God, it's such a pain to install these games. Ask to download like 30 times. Like just download everything. It's still not done. It needs to download more. Like, wouldn't it be better to just give you the file with everything in it, like how it works on everything else? Okay, hold on. I need to censor this. I cannot show this because it'll reveal my phone number and stuff. I have to sign in with my phone number because my phone number is what you register for the account with. Still asking for more. Alright, now I need to restart the client because this reminds me of all the other foreign games I've played over the years. I'm very, very used to having to do this because you're connecting like really far from their native country. Sometimes it just decides that. You don't get to use your full bandwidth. You have to reload the client to get it to give you a better connection. I used to have to do that all the time on DFO back in the day. Like you couldn't just tell it to download and then like go leave for work or school or whatever. You had to sit here and babysit it. You have to do that with this. But it's really just this one time because it's downloading like all the data for the game. Although it does happen when it needs to update like smaller stuff too. Sometimes it you have to sit here and monitor it and make sure it's actually giving you something resembling your max bandwidth. It's only got to download 3 gigs, so it could be worse. It's just if I like set this and then went to my kitty sitting job, it probably wouldn't be done by the time I get back. Because it would randomly go at like 5 kilobytes a second. I'm reading this right now. Somebody who put 2,000 hours into Devil May Cry 2. I don't know how you could do that and still have some semblance of sanity. It's actually very interesting because I played that game as a teenager and I definitely did notice some of this stuff. I mean, you notice that the melee attacks are useless really fast. You don't have to be like you don't need a PhD in game design to really notice that there's something wrong. You have a boss that you literally cannot fight melee. You have to just stand there and shoot it, which in that kind of game is very boring. This is a pretty interesting read. I'm reading it while this is taking forever to load. I think I should just restart the client at this point. Oh wait, it's starting to go up. Just 600 more megs. Come on. I don't know how either. I hope he's just lying. How do you have 2,000 hours in that game? There's no depth to the gameplay. Like, there's nothing to really see or do. It's not like the other games where you can play those games for hundreds of hours and still learn new things and improve as a player. DMC2 really is just stand back and shoot most of the time. He pretty much goes into extensive detail about why it actually is as bad as people say it is. No, wait, no, he has 4,000 hours total in the game. 4,000 hours. Dude, I don't have that much time in the DMC series, like, in total. I've been around since the beginning. I have nowhere near that much time. Dude, he's put more time into that game than people have put into the good games. That's fucking crazy. Why would you do that to yourself? It's like self-harm. Hey, I'm just trying to set up Pinnacle of Combat here. It's not really wanting to cooperate. Okay, I need to censor this. Sorry. I don't want you guys getting my phone number and ordering like 50 pizzas to my house. Just call up Domino's and order like enough pizzas for like a wedding or like a Super Bowl party or something. Then have them come here and tell me it's like $3,000. Sorry. I need to protect myself from getting infinite pizzas ordered to my house. Alright, we're good now. Personal info's gone. I definitely have had some people in my life that I've wanted to do something like that. Just order like 20 pizzas and tell them they're gonna pay with cash. Okay, so I need to set up the controls on this. Yeah, it doesn't detect the controller, right? Let's go into training really quick and set this up. Yeah, I had to put my phone number in. I didn't want some troll on here ordering like 80 pizzas and then telling them I'm gonna pay with cash. It's not an entirely harmful way to troll somebody. Troll like an internet person, but yeah. I'm not letting anybody do that to me. Alright. I was gonna order a pineapple and olive pizza. No, you gotta get anchovies. Somebody who's wronged you in the past, you need to call up your pizza parlor and tell them You need 50 anchovy-only pizzas. And tell them that they're, the person at the house is going to pay in cash. Definitely some content creators on the internet who do deserve that. I'm not one of them. Like, if you get only anchovies on it, or only pineapples, that's gonna piss them off the most, because those are, like, the two most controversial pizza toppings. Just get, like, pineapple and anchovy pizza. That pretty much guarantees that nobody would eat it. It's the best way to troll somebody, I think. Why is he not running? It's weird. Let's try to fix that. Alright, we're good, I think. It's got a kind of a weird dead zone. I don't watch Toku as much as I used to, because I get lazy to find the torrents and stuff. I've been watching a lot of the legal Toku, the stuff that's on Shout Factory. I've been watching a lot of that during my times when I'm not streaming or recording. I've been watching a lot of that. I'm glad they're starting to realize that there's money in that stuff. I think both iTunes, Spotify, and Steam have proved that people don't really want to pirate shit unless they absolutely have to. Well, I'm glad they're finally starting to make that stuff accessible outside of Japan. I'm way too lazy to go find the torrent every week. I haven't. The last time I did that was Gokaiger and Forze. That was like 10 years ago. I did it for that, but everything else since, most of the time I just watch it after it's over. Then I can just get a batch torrent. Dude, I can't believe you're seriously recommending Kiss Asian. You're seriously recommending Kiss Asian in 2021. That site is like the fastest way to give your computer an STD. Yes, they have all the stuff on there, but it's not worth the fucking massive amount of malware you get from going on that site. Nothing on there is worth it. The only use that site has is if you watch it on like a console, like PS4, PS5. Because obviously those consoles can't get affected by the malware. Nobody listened to what he just said. Do not go on that site. Do not go on that site on like a mobile device or a computer. Yeah, do not do what he just said. That's a very dangerous site. It's one of those things that seems great at first glance, but then all that bloatware and malware that's on there, it's very dangerous. Not worth it. You can watch it on your PS4. That's like the only use that site has. I even had a friend here, a real-life friend, he's like, oh, I just watch on Kiss Asian, but I watch on my PS4. I'm like, yeah, that's probably the only way that site is remotely usable. Ad blockers won't protect you. Why are there 3 Dantes? Because it's a multiplayer mode that I can't play because I picked a server with no players on it. And for whatever reason, they don't have crossplay.
Don't move. Got it. It's over.
Yeah, Toei cracked down on that shit really fast. Yeah, I don't know why it's taking them so long to realize it's like, you make that stuff available legally, people will watch it.
Don't. Stay with me.
No, I knew her for about 10 years when I moved here. She was almost 17. She was very close to turning 17, but she didn't quite make it. She had a weird episode like last week where she wasn't really responsive. She's becoming very lethargic. But then she was fine the next few days. And then a couple days ago, I think it was like Friday, she just went under the couch and her body just couldn't take it anymore. We thought she was gonna be okay, but poor little body just couldn't live anymore. It's not like it was a complete shock that it happened, but she had some. She was acting a little strange. She wasn't eating and stuff, but you know, when she was a family member, it's never a good time to lose a family member. Doesn't matter how prepared you are for it, you know, with her old age and stuff.
Go to hell. It's over. Don't move.
Yeah. Well, when you have issues with imposter syndrome and self-loathing, it makes it very hard to have an ego. And when you have clinical depression as well, all of those things are not good things to have, but in terms of not having an ego, they kind of prevent you from having one. In some ways, I'm thankful. I don't have that problem that a lot of other creators have, where they think they're the ultimate life form and shit. I'm a guy that's got a lot of mental problems, but I still fight through them every day. Yeah, when you actively hate yourself and you've been working on not hating yourself for a long time, it kind of makes it hard to have an ego. One good thing that's good about it. Oh, I already got my key. I've just been under embargo. My embargo ends later today, and I have the day off, so I'll be playing that in the afternoon at some point. I'm just gonna death abuse this boss. I can't stand fighting this boss. She is really obnoxious, this game. And my controls are kind of messed up, too.
Can't you see that?
I have to put more time into fixing the controls. I just wanted to see if this worked,
Is that all?
so I can do videos for this, since I got most of Virgil's moveset.
Get ready.
I'm missing the Shuriken, but I can't do that until I get paid. Or a random donation. Payday's in a couple days, so most likely it'll be then.
Is that all?
Yeah, the controls are messed up. Not helping.
It's over.
Boss is Garbo.
Can't you see that?
Nice if your shield would break.
So slow.
Of course, just do that point blank. This boss is easy, it's just fucking annoying to fight.
Get ready.
Can't stand bosses that just shoot at you. Don't actually fight you, just run away. Totally would have been fine with Navon not coming back. completely satisfied if that boss did not come back. Same thing with the Enigmas. These guys, I don't think anybody would really be devastated if these guys didn't come back.
Stay where you are. Pathetic. It's over.
Let's try to fix this dead zone on the controller before I do any more. It actually is affecting my gameplay. I didn't have this problem on the other emulator, but the other emulator was a piece of shit and was conspiring against me, so I'll try to fix this. Let's try like 10%. Try to fix the dead zone. No, he still can't run in this direction. Alright, there's got to be a solution to this. Let's try... Alright, we're good now, I think. Almost. He's still having problems running to the right. Poor guy's hips are broken. Let's try 35%. Maybe that will fix it. Alright, we're good now. Oh, you're going to college for game design. That's really cool. Congrats. That's pretty impressive. Trying to set something up here. Hold on. I picked up another game to play. I'm trying to get it set up on here. Even though I don't really need to because it runs pretty well. It has very minimalist graphics, so even on my phone it runs fine, but I'd like to just have it on here. I don't want to watch a damn ad. Fuck off. I don't know how to tell it to find the file. That's what I don't understand. I think I know a way to fix this. Dude, just whatever. Just whatever. Just go. God damn it. I hate it. They ask all these questions. Just go. Just fucking do like one thing. No, I don't want your fucking ad. I have to install it through here. Yeah, Unreal Engine 5 is gonna be awesome. That's gonna be a really big boon for games, I think. I just find it hilarious how when they announced it, they said, "Oh, it supports the Switch." I'm like, what? At like 144p, like 3 FPS. Why does it support the Switch? That's some backward stuff, if you ask me. The Switch can't even run like indie games anymore. It's already getting to that point. Like this game I'm about to play right now, which has like the most minimalist graphics ever, and it's actually very well optimized. It would still run like garbage. Alright, hold on, I need to censor again. I have to log in with Facebook. I want you guys sending me friend requests of like cat memes and stuff. I've got enough cat memes as it is. I make sure I don't show any of that. Well, my Facebook pretty much is it's just cat photos. The occasional gaming post, it's really all it is. I don't really have anything personal on there anymore. Alright, we're good to go. Did you not take my account, you damn game? What the hell? That's irritating. I told it to log in, and it didn't do it. I'm gonna have to censor again. What the hell? Will you log on to the damn account? This is so frustrating. Why don't they just use Google Play? It's like fucking pulling a tooth out. I signed in. I think it chose the wrong server. I think that's what it is. I'm trying to fix it right now. Hold on. This game actually has really nice matchmaking. It's actually better than a lot of larger games I played. Yeah, I was on the wrong server, that's why. Yeah, people are real dickwads online. I had some people come in here when I announced that my cat died, and they were saying they were thankful that they were glad she died. It's like, is that something you would really say in person? No. You would not say that to somebody in person. But unfortunately, people caught on that you can be a really terrible person online, and there's like no repercussions for it. You don't have to have any kind of decency or morals or humanity. You can just be a dickwad. I already had this game on max settings on the phone. I need to set up the controls though. So let's just go into the beginning. This game's pretty cool. It's not like super in depth, but it feels pretty good to play. Doing 1 damage. Nice. They used to really humor the people that trolled me on here. Eventually, I just stopped. Like, alright, these people are not worth my time.
无双翻滚，无双一击，无双坠击，无双旋击，无双翻滚，无双一击，无双坠击，
热亮翅呀，大鹏展翅呀，
门前扫雪，飞隼车雨，拉空折朽，哈，哼，鹰击爪秦，哈，披星击，门前扫雪，飞隼车雨，狂暴旋风，无双坠击，
No.
无双一击。
It bothers me when people say that. Knights of Valor's been around just as long as Dynasty Warriors.
千剑神兵，
热亮翅呀呀，大鹏展翅，日月双华，我哈，
无双翻滚，呀，无双坠击，无双一击，呀，风起英勇，鹰击爪秦，啊，哈。
First Knights of Valor was 1999. So around the same time that the fighting game Dynasty Warriors came out. pretty much are the same age. It's just he never really did much with Knights of Valor outside of Asia.
来贺亮智，呀呀！
无双翻滚，无双坠击，无双一击，呀！
门前扫雪，鹰击爪秦，飞隼车羽，
呀！
大虎折朽，鹰击爪秦，呀！门前扫雪，飞隼车羽，刺！来贺亮智，呀呀！大鹏展翅，刺！日月双华，
夜满头锤，
来，哈！
无双翻滚，无双坠击，无双一击，无双翻滚，
霸王击顶，
无双坠击，
鹰击爪秦，门前扫雪，飞隼车羽，拉苦折朽，霸王击顶，刺！来贺亮智，呀！呀！大鹏展翅，
无双翻滚，
贺亮智，翻天斩，大鹏展翅，呀！
无双翻滚，
回旋乾坤，
无双坠击，无双翻滚，
鹰击爪秦，门前扫雪，飞隼车羽，拉苦折朽，鹰刺，来贺亮智，呀呀！大鹏展翅，
无双翻滚，无双坠击，无双一击，无双旋击，无双翻滚，无双坠击，无双一击，
鹰击爪秦，门前扫雪，
张角金，
飞隼车羽，门前扫雪，刺！呀！来贺亮智，呀！大鹏展翅，日月双华，来！呀！
无双翻滚，无双坠击，无双一击，
乘风归，哈！嘿，嚯，嘿，嘿，嚯，嘿，
门前扫雪，飞隼车羽，
风卷尘，乘风哈！下雨啦！
大鹏展翅，疾风刺，
No, Lu Bu is an S rank
贺
character.
亮智，呀呀！闪，地堂斩，野火燎原，鹰旋长空，门前扫雪， 鹰击爪琴，来鹤亮翅，呀，
It's a lot harder to combo in this mode because it's connected to the server.
大鹏展翅，
It's like the one thing I really hate about this game.
呀，
Forces you to connect to the server even when you're in an instance by
日
yourself.
月双
It's
华，
really laggy.
喂，哈，呀，大鹏展翅，门前扫雪，鹰击爪琴，哈，飞隼车雨，闪，地堂斩，野火燎原，闪，鹰旋长空，闪，
张灵剑，
下雨啦！哈，
地堂斩，野火燎原，
风卷尘，天刃风暴，
来鹤亮翅，呀，呀，日月双华，喂，哈，闪，地堂斩，
风卷尘，天刃
野火
风
燎原。
暴，
Fucking Lolly.
地堂斩，
Definitely love playing games about badass Chinese warriors and just playing little kids that scream. It's always a reason why you should play these games. You have fucking Ma Chao and Gan Ning and Zhao Yun on the same team. Nope. We're just gonna add a bunch of lollies.
来鹤亮
Make
翅，
that money.
呀，
Everybody's so enamored with
闪，
little
闪，
kids and their video games
盘
for
旋
some
斩，
reason.
野火燎原，
So laggy.
鹰旋长空，门前扫雪，鹰击爪琴，飞隼车雨，来鹤亮翅，呀，大鹏展翅，呀，呀，日月双华，喂，哈，来鹤亮翅，呀，呀，大鹏展翅，闪，地堂斩，
This chick's got a weird hitbox.
野火燎原，
Lag's not helping.
门前扫雪
I，don't know why the hell this
飞隼车雨，
game has really cool stuff like cross-server
鹰击
gameplay,
爪琴，
even with the Chinese server.
来鹤亮翅，
Then
呀，
when you play these modes online, it's horrendously laggy.
日月双华，
You can't just like tell it to
哈，
connect you to
鹤
anybody
亮翅
else.，
呀，呀，闪，地堂斩，野火燎原，
Alright, good.
鹰旋长空，门前扫雪，
下雨啦！
飞隼车雨，
乘风归，
Of course.
门前扫雪，
张角
卷
金，
尘，
飞隼车雨，
Garbage Lolly. Get out of here. Remove him from the game. I got really pissed when I got that character. I'm like, you're really gonna give me that crap? Look at him. Play as him then, some lolly. Lu Bu is an S-rank character. The server in this game is horrendous. The game itself is really good. I've been having fun playing it. But the server feels like it's being run by hamsters or something.
无乃常山赵子龙
Horrendously
是也。
laggy.
我的大夫
Definitely ruins
早
it
已饥
sometimes.
渴难耐，
This isn't like the most
我
interesting
的
game
大夫
mechanically, but
早已饥渴难耐。
The fact that the combo system works on like 90% of the game makes it better than a lot of other games like this, where they only let you use the combo system on like the most generic content. With this game, it's like you pretty much can use it on almost everything, and it actually really encourages you
接
to
其
use
独
it.
步，
看我
I
见
think
识
sets it
单
apart.
打独斗，胜
I almost
负
have
一
him.
决。
Not gonna have him for a
谋
while
事在
though.
人，成事在己。
吾乃河北名将，汝为何人？
一求无价吧。冰霜雷电，听我号令！
Kiao
路上
Sisters
有
is
杀冰霜雷
an
电，
upgrade over
听我
Koei.
号令！
成败之机，在此一战。贼子，吃我一刀！
今日不是你死，便是我活。
我乃无双战神之女，
云山万
He
重，
just came out a
疾
couple
风
days ago.
千里。
我南蛮的烈火必将焚尽。
纵横沙场，
Muso Xiaoyun
浑身是胆。
Why is he called Muso Xiaoyun? That's so random. So I guess this is an
纵横
upgraded
沙场
version.，
浑身是胆。
He's not
纵横
in
沙
the
场，
game yet though.
浑身是胆。
猛虎过江，何人？
凤翔九天，夜阑
相生相克，生生不息，源源不绝。相生相克，生生不息，源源不绝。相生相克，
尔等鼠辈，还不来速速受死！
大义无言，虽死不怨。大义无言，虽死不怨。匹马横枪，剑指中原。
Actually, fourth of the way towards getting him too.
吾乃江东小霸王，何惧于天下？十步杀一人，千里洞察人心，算无敌。
五州公瑾，战无不胜，攻
不，单枪匹马纵天下。不，
天时不如地利，地利。
祝你鸿运当头。
Thing that sucks about that game is progressing through the story is time gated, which is kind of dumb because you get pretty far into the story and it makes you level up your account, which is it works very similarly to Honkai Impact. That game has some really nice stuff to it. The combat's not like the best, and compared to like PGR and Pinnacle of Combat, it can't compare. But what's nice about it is the monetization is very generous for one. Also, everybody shares the same accessories and gear and stuff. So if you want to spend money on the game, it's mostly just going to go towards the characters. And the characters are instantly usable as soon as you get them. You know, they have the usual, you know, service game dupe stuff system where, you know, if you get them more times, that you can upgrade them and stuff. But you don't have to worry about getting a weapon and armor and stuff for everybody. So using the characters you like instead of just the ones that are meta or the ones that you put more time into actually feels like it's more viable to do that. You know, like a lot of the other service games that have a lot of characters, it's generally like, you know, you need to get the character, and then you need to get the weapon, and then you need to get their best-in-slot gear before you can even touch them. It kind of gets to the point where you feel like you can't really celebrate that you got a character because you need, like, 3 other parts of them before they're usable. Yeah, everything is shared in that game. The gear is shared, the items are shared. The levels of the moves are all shared too. It does a lot of things right. I wish the combat was better, but like I said, the fact that the combo system actually works in like everything but the hardest content in the game right now, that's actually really cool too. they make it really painless to try multiple characters. When you get one, it actually does feel like you got something instead of in a lot of these other games where getting the character is like it's like a third of the character really. It's like yes, you can play as them, you can put them in your team. You can put them on your team, but you need like 5 other components before they're actually usable. Knights of Valor does not do that. Pretty much when you have the character, they are instantly useful. Yes, you can make them better if you get more copies of them, but the stuff you get for leveling them up, it doesn't really seem like it's that great. I actually want to see if this is going to run. Even though I pretty much quit King of Fighters. This three service games is way too much. 4 service games is way too much. I'm just curious if this actually runs now, because last time I checked, they banned this emulator. I'm curious if it's actually going to work or not. Yeah, I pretty much quit playing this game. Kind of just quit it cold turkey. I got really tired of playing it. Definitely kept me occupied for a long time. I'm thankful for that, but I don't really have a hard time quitting service games. I've quit a lot of them cold turkey. I never really get addicted to the point where, you know, I feel like I can't quit. If I stop having fun with it, or they do something I don't like, I just leave. I did that with Kritika. Yeah, I kind of just quit this game. I'm not really playing it much anymore. I don't have the time or the disposable income to support, like, 4 of these games, and this is the one I enjoy playing the least lately. It's kind of felt like a chore lately. Pretty easy decision. I'll check out the collab, but the collab is shit because it's just Dead or Alive. There's no Hayabusa, there's no Ayane, there's none of the Ninja Gaiden characters. And it's 4 characters with 2 different versions, which is just stupid. They have them in the normal clothes and then in their swimsuit. And they think that's a collaboration. The fuck is that, man? Have at least, like, Hayabusa or, like, Ayane in there or something. Like, at least 1 male character. But they just made 4 of them and they have swimsuit bikini versions. And that's supposed to be, like, a different character. Like, okay. That seems so... I don't like to call game developers lazy, but it does feel like it's really half-assed. They could have done a lot more. I'm curious if they'll even be any good, because the last collaboration they did for this, the characters were pretty bad. They weren't worth having. They weren't worth spending money on, basically. There were like 2 of them that were any good. The others got power crept like 2 weeks after they came out. I wonder if they're going to learn their lesson. Because people that play these games, they like to say that they hate power creep, but you put a collaboration in a game like this and they're not worth getting, then that's a pretty valid complaint. They're limited time characters that you can only get for like a month or whatever. They should be worth getting. I saw a little bit of their gameplay, I think a couple nights ago, and they don't look like they're going to be that great. It's giving me more incentive to play this game less and less. I've just gotten really tired of it. I haven't enjoyed it. Oh yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, you still can't play that game. Well, that's going in the garbage bin. Alright, I think I'll play some PGR and then I'm gonna go to bed. So I have today off. Try to get some rest. I'll be right back. I remember when they did the Seven Deadly Sins collab, and people were hating how useless they were. And then they put out the Boss Syndrome like literally like 2 weeks after that ended, and those characters completely broke the game. I'm curious if they're gonna learn their lesson this time. It's like, are you actually gonna make them worth getting? They need to meet like certain criteria in their movesets and the passives they have and stuff to be even remotely worth getting outside of just if you like the characters. It doesn't look like they are though. I watched some gameplay of them. There was a Korean stream a couple nights ago that I watched. Like, doesn't really give me a lot of confidence to come back. But I think there's actually a reason for that. The reason was that people weren't spending money on the game. They stopped spending money on the game because the collaboration characters were so busted, they completely broke the game. And people stopped trying to go for the KOF characters because they are a lot worse. So what they're doing now is they're making it like less attractive to just dump it all on collaborations. But the problem is they're collaborations. People expect them to be worth getting. the last collaboration they were not worth getting at all. There's like 2 of them that got any use pretty much. The others were useless. They had 8 characters too. But they did the 2 versions of one character thing, so it was more like 5 characters. Then they didn't have the characters that people wanted to, like that big muscles guy. What's that guy's name? The big guy, the big redhead with the muscles. That guy was not in there at all, and people were furious over that. But then people realized they're not even worth. They weren't even worth getting anyway. Unless you really like that franchise, but even then, you couldn't really use them in any relevant content. I'm wondering if the Dead or Alive chicks are going to be like actually useful. Yeah, that's that guy's name. Yeah, he was not in there at all. Just like kind of a weird omission. I know he's like a major character. Yeah, he was just randomly not there. They had the main guy. They had him happy and they had him pissed off. That was their 2 different versions. Like, the only difference. He had, like, 1 move that was different, and his passives were different. That counted as 2 characters. This one is pissed off. This one is pissed off, and this one is happy. That's warranting 2 character slots. I don't know, the collaborations in KOF All-Star are hit and miss. They have like some of the popular characters, but there's always like really glaring omissions that make like no sense. I'd say the last collab they did that had like the characters you would expect was the Tekken one. Tekken and Samurai Showdown, they had like the majority of the popular characters. You know, they had Jin in there, and Kazuya, and Heihachi, and Zhao Yu and stuff. It actually felt like a collaboration that covered most of the bases, but a lot of the ones they've done since then, there's just like really popular characters just randomly not present, which is weird.
終了。お次の戦闘は何ですか？
Samurai Showdown had a majority of the characters that you'd want, but Samurai Showdown also has a pretty large roster, so it's a lot harder to cover the bases. But they did have like Halomaru, they had like Charlotte, a couple other characters.
戦闘終了。お次の戦闘は何ですか？
Yeah, collaborations in KOF All-Star are usually pretty disappointing. It's one thing if you don't like the popular characters, but even then, there's not really a whole lot. I mean, they don't have Hayabusa in the collaboration. They don't have any male characters.
グレンで全て集結させる。大丈夫です。グレンで全て集結させる。出撃します。グレンは咲き乱れています。戦闘終了。お次の戦闘は何ですか？グレンは咲き乱れています。グレンは咲き乱れています。大丈夫です。戦闘終了。お次の戦闘は何ですか？グレンは咲き乱れています。グレンは咲き乱れています。私も行きます。グレンで全て集結させる。大丈夫です。
なんともないか。なら俺に任せてくれ。お前ら粉々にしてやるぜ。俺は負けねえ。
私も行きます。
Apparently, KOF, they said that, I guess the story for the Seven Deadly Sins collaboration hinted that they would come back and they would have that big muscular guy. But it's like, why didn't you have him the first time? That's the character people really wanted. At the same time, he wouldn't have been really worth getting anyway. The way that game's kind of going, if you don't have, like, the boss syndrome or special signature characters, you can't really do much anymore. The unified, just normal KOF characters have been power crept pretty hard. Characters like the Seven Deadly Sins, nobody uses them. There's like 2 of them that get used pretty much. One of them gets used in the Reviving Hell dungeon, which is about as niche of a use as you can get. The only reason they use her is because she has the right attributes to get past a really difficult part. But by that point, you can already make characters maxed out anyway. There's 2. What's that girl's name? Merlin, the wizard, and then the guy with the pillow. What's his name? King or something? Those are the only 2 out of that entire collab that anybody uses. Everybody else is useless. Hopefully, the Dead or Alive one will be a little bit better balanced. Alright, well, I think I'm done for tonight. I need to take it easy. I'm still mourning, obviously. I need to relax. Streams for today will be, there will be Samurai Warriors 5 in about 14 hours. I may or may not be here right when the embargo lifts. It depends on a couple things. I do have to go sit with the kittens for a little bit, but night shift I have off, so I'm going to be going to the game center most likely. I haven't decided if I'm going to go, but my buddy's going to be there. I could definitely use some support right now, so I'll try to get back here on time for that. If I leave here around 12:30, I'll have a good like 2-3 hours there, which is more than enough. That's enough time to have some fun there and come home. And then, yeah, I'll probably play some more of this stuff, too. This stream was kind of just tech support, getting everything set up, but that's all done. All the games are set up with full controller support. The graphics options are all fixed and everything, so I'm sorry if this was kind of boring, but you know how this stuff goes. They don't make PC ports for these games, so you have to find the right emulator, and then you have to configure it properly, and each game has different settings that it likes and dislikes and stuff. So, I'm glad that's done. Most of these games I play during my kitty sitting streams, but for the sake of making videos of them and stuff, I wanted to get this set up. So, sorry if this wasn't too edge-of-your-seat action to watch tonight. But, I'll be able to have these in the rotation pretty much when I play from home. I won't have to rely on the phone anymore. I'm pretty pissed that BlueStacks, you know, they hyped up the fact that you could play the game on there, and then it doesn't work, and it runs worse. That's par for the course with BlueStacks. BlueStacks has what you want. It has the lack of foreign malware and like Bitcoin mining and shit, but it's like the worst emulator. Whether it works with your computer or not is really it's a crapshoot. Anyway, let's see who's on Twitch right now. Hoping some Streets 4 is on tonight. I've been addicted to watching survival mode. Pang's on, Wuha's on. I don't think anyone's doing street speed runs, are they? I'm just gonna leave you guys to the wind. Go ahead and do your own thing. I will see you guys maybe in the morning before I leave, but then the next stream for sure will be when the Samurai Warriors 5 embargo list, which is going to be in the afternoon. So stay tuned for that. For those of you who want the Musou content, that's when it's going to be next. Thanks for watching.